Sorry.
Guys, I just need you to know, I am so cranky. I just yelled at someone.
Ooh, I love that.
In the street?
I was like crossing the street and I had the right of way and someone was on a scooter and I was like, and she like gave me a face and I was like, I still have the right of way, you fucking jerk. And I said it out loud and I was like, she could like turn around and hit me. Like that could happen.
Sure, but you had the right of way.
Like I was like this.
That might have been part of the problem.
And then I was
that
like,
is AI.
And I was like this. And then I was like, and then I was like,
She is part of the solution. She thought you were AI. You're taking jobs. And she would bully you right over.
She was right. She was right to do that.
Yeah, happy Valentine's Day.
Ever.
So I got this story for you. The Anti-Valentine's Day movement is gaining strength.
Is that from me or Sam or both of us?
Sam, I just had a feeling you would have this attitude about the day. From the card and carnation campaigns that decimate kids' self-esteem in classrooms to the endless stream of pop-up ads online, say I love you with chicken, the start of February is triggering for anyone who isn't feeling it. So there are more anti-Valentine's messages, says Barbara Bickert, Associate Professor of Marketing at a school.
Oh, we should get her on.
You're seeing it with nails. People are getting, daggers and black on their nails. Etsy has snarky T-shirts, cards, and candles.
What a barometer Etsy is.
There is a Tumblr that says fries before guys.
I love us.
Almost a third of people who said they aren't celebrating a traditional Valentine's Day are still going to mark it somehow, 3% of them, by purchasing one of these dark and delightful gifts, says the National Retail Federation. This year's entry into that anti-Valentine's Day movement is truly inspired. It's great. For $25, the Feline Rescue Association in Maryland will name a feral cat after your ex and neuter it on Valentine's Day. I kind of love that.
Or euthanize? That might be more appropriate.
We have seen before, I think last year we reported on the fact that you could name a cockroach after your ex and then they would feed it to animals at some establishment, zoo. But people are spending a shit ton of money on Valentine's Day. In 2014, the nation spent $17.3 billion on the holiday. Now, $25.8 billion. But that's also including some of the anti-Valentine's Day stuff. What's interesting is that some people, for their mental health, they uninstall Instagram from the 13th to the 16th. So they don't have to see people post couple pictures or things because they know it's triggering. And what's interesting is that this person who's reporting on this said at the schools, like the teens are just doing this. They're just choosing not to look at it because they know it's upsetting. Is that interesting?
So many thoughts about this.
Tell me, please. You have kids, the whole thing.
I love it.
It's not about the kids, just like there's so much stress on them to like show up in a certain way. And it's like, it's sweet. It's sweet. If they don't show up, they feel like bad. Not only if they don't get shown up for, but also if they don't show up for other people, because they're such better people than we'll ever be.
Sure.
So that's like number one. Number two, I feel like the pressure to be in a so much to be in a mainstream that you'd delete something from your view feels really fucking stupid. Like, get over it. I don't know. I just feel so like irritated.
We live in the world of triggers these days, though.
Yes.
So those are as visual a trigger
And
as
I
one
get.
can get.
Okay, so let's just like walk this through real quick. So if I was of healthy mind, I would eliminate. No. But if projection. If I was of healthy mind, I would say definitely eliminate triggers. Either learn how to process them or eliminate them from your view, right? Those are like the healthy approaches to reality. The unhealthy approaches to reality are detaching. Just detach. It's fine. Just get your emotions in check to the point where you can distance yourself enough to be like, oh, this isn't my holiday this year, or this isn't my birthday.
Yes.
Like, get the fuck over it. Whenever I see, this happens all the time with like kids' birthdays, whenever they're like, well, we got their sibling something. I'm like, but you do realize like it's not their birthday.
Yeah.
Like they have to get used to things not being about them. And I almost feel like this is another
very-
that mindset is
Good.
feeding into that
Yeah.
of like, it's not about me, so I'm not going to participate. Fucking get over it.
like
Everything is not an attack on motherfucking you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, just because this is in your view doesn't mean it has anything to do with you. I was clearly walking and this woman just scooted right the fuck in front of me. I am a pedestrian with a green light. Like that was about me. That was a choice that we both made and I was in the right. Now, social media, however, is for all the humans
Yeah.
to just look at. It's not about you. And what's that stupid saying? Like, if you think social media is about you, stop drinking. Drink water, go to bed.
great. That's
Because it's
great.
like if you get to that place where your brain is so numb that everything is about you,
Yeah.
fucking go away.
Yeah.
Well, and to a smaller extent, first of all, again, I am team girl on the scooter. AI has taken so many gigs from me. I don't have a union. I wish she'd bolt you over as you were off to take another editing job. But secondly, I think all three of us are alike, and I can hear you guys going, ew, and recoiling at the idea of being like me on something. Is that I've never really had a thought on Valentine's Day. I don't really care. I don't really get it. But I also don't like the people that are like, it's a Hallmark holiday and let's celebrate, what is it, there's a Valentine's Day. That, I'm like, I almost hate that more, you
Right.
know? And I think that you guys are sort of like, as
Yeah.
well. But I think we're in the minority.
If I was,
You gotta pick a side.
do you and Douglas celebrate Valentine's Day?
We do. We exchange like little gifts and we'll have, like a night to ourselves, but we don't often go out for Valentine's
'Cause
Day.
it's horrible.
I often
Yeah.
say that it's typically to go out is for the people who don't get to.
Right.
Like the parents or the busy people or the people who just like need a time to show that I don't know, they want an intimate night together. So for them, it's great. For me, it is just another day. I mean, we have date nights once a week, but I get that for other people, they almost need a holiday to
Fair.
spend the money or to put in the effort.
And for the record, I was going to get you guys both something Valentine's
Don't want it.
But I knew that we were doing, it was before you came in, the old SNL sketch where the guys are doing the last minute shopping at Duane Reade for their Valentine's Day gift. I'm like, well, that's exactly what I'm doing right now. And I can't now get them anything because we're running the sketch at the
Yeah.
beginning of the show. And God, it was accurate. Right down to those Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle chocolates. Like,
I mean, with my kids, I always get them something. We decorate, but I don't know. I'm like, I want them to feel loved and I want them to feel left out, but I also don't want them to feel like this is it.
well, and do they not? I don't know if I have this right. It's either everyone gets it or no one gets it, or they've just gotten rid of the whole thing that when I was growing up, we all got little Valentine's Day cards in our class.
That's exactly
And I
it.
think that's now they find that that's triggering or something. Or
No,
do
they
not
do that.
it?
They still do that. They're like, if you're going to bring something in, here's a list of all of the children. You have to bring something in for every single child.
Right.
That's how they try to be inclusive, not excluding every single person.
But here's the thing. We're all so obsessed with trying to stop bullying. And to quote Ian Malcolm, kind of, in Jurassic Park, bullying finds a way. Like nature.
I don't think
bullying finds a way. And so if you got to give cards to all these little kids, if you fucking hate one of them, you're going to write something shitty on
Actually
that card.
I
and
saw
get it.
something.
Yeah.
It was like the kid wanted to give Valentine's to all the other kids, and it was like, "Love you, Cole. Love you, Jane. You're great, Barbara." And then it got to Jimmy, and it was like, "Do better."
I love that.
Like,
See, there we go.
Tough love.
Here's that other thing: is like we can have conflict. You
Yeah,
can
we
have
need it.
discourse.
Yeah.
Well, we have to be able to talk through that, and you have to start that from a young age, not just teaching them how to avoid it. I mean, I don't know if it should be written on a Valentine's Day card, but it probably wouldn't if they were learning how to like have positive discourse and conflict.
and yeah,
and
even-
not just avoiding the fucking entire Instagram in order to not be triggered. Like it just sounds like a baby
And
Yeah.
response.
when I was growing up, even in grade school, if I were to get a card from everyone in the class, I would still know that my crush didn't like me.
Right.
I would still know the popular girl, the girl that all the guys liked. You know, like
Totally.
making everyone do something begrudgingly doesn't make me feel better about myself.
Right.
See, but you're smarter than I am, which isn't saying much. So don't take it as a compliment. I was so delusional. I remember being a young kid and like, even though everyone would get the cards, the girl that I thought was cute, if she gave me a Donald Duck and said, "I'm quackers for you," I'm like, oh, this is a sign. Everyone got the same one, but she's clearly quackers for me.
You know that they do like a little heart next to your name, like there would be like a little something. I didn't get that.
Yeah.
I mean, same. But the idea that everybody has to get one, I think is nice for the people who like, you know, you may not be liked by your crush, but what if you're someone that nobody likes?
Oh yeah.
And that what if you're someone who gets isolated and bullied and like and then Valentine's Day comes around and that's I'm not talking about avoiding triggers. I'm not talking about avoiding conflict. I'm talking about outwardly being mean to a single child, pointing them out and putting them in a situation where they don't have the maturity to handle it.
Yeah.
You know? And I think that's
which is something that I feel both of you did to many a child. Growing up, I think you were.
I want to talk about that.
You were both monsters.
Listen, I bullied because I was bullied. Hurt people hurt people.